Hello for Sharon. I'm sure whatever lore has planned for today's stream will be full of hijinks and adventures.
Going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Lore Cave. Today we're going back to our roots. And by roots, I mean we're just going to be making some more dragons, as we always do. Of course, today it's going to be a lung dragon. If you guys remember, we actually started on this guy not too long ago. There we go. Audio's back. I forgot I was using a virtual cam earlier and I had to turn off my microphone there, or else it was going to double up. But yes. Anyways, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Lore Cave. It's me, the Lore Dragon, and today we're going to be sculpting the details onto our boy here. I still haven't really come up with a name for him just yet. I know I want him to be a totally new character, so that if whenever I make skits and stuff, you know, there's going to be Lore Dragon, which is me, and then this guy, who will be like his own character with his own personality and hijinks. But I don't know yet. I don't know what to call him. Either way, we are going to be sculpting in the details on this guy. I don't think I'm going to sculpt on his scales, because his scales are going to be very uniform. You know, very, not like mine, you know, they're not going to look like hyper realistic. They're going to be more kind of like this. Well, maybe not exactly like that, but like, see, there's an example here. I guess kind of like this, like fish scales. Something along those lines. Yeah, like this. Something like that. So that's what we're going to be working on today. It's probably going to be a fairly short stream, because I did have some plans, but I'm not exactly sure when those are going to start. So if I have to like pop off before we're finished, you'll know why. But all the sculpting that we need to do, because this is going to be a solid body model. Hey Death the Wolf, how's it going? Welcome in. Since this is going to be a solid body model, we will be able to use normal maps. We'll be able to sculpt on some details and bake them on with a normal map in Substance Painter. Did I give him a tongue? I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Oh, there it is. Yes, I did. Crisis averted. He does have a tongue. I already generated his eye textures and kind of experimented with some of these. You got to use butt bones for the first time? They're important. Believe it or not, they are very important. Damn it, is Lorebot not working again? Lorebot, what the hell? Well, I guess Lorebot's broken forever. Guys, I honestly don't know what else I can do to fix him. He just doesn't work. He's just gonna float there. in the void. Yeah, and if you want butt jiggles, you have to have the butt bones and a butt root. Let's see. But yeah, I was experimenting with some colors. I think I want this guy to be like a yellow or like a gold color. I'm really feeling the gold with red eyes. Whereas like I'm red with gold eyes, he's gonna be gold with red eyes. And I think that looks pretty good. This is not painted on, this is just, you know, to kind of have a proof of concept. Let's see. The details that we're going to be sculpting in are going to be mostly on the face. Don't know if I'm going to bother with a jiggle. Well, whatever you need. I mean, because not every model needs jiggle. I mean, some people want it because they, you know, want to do thirst traps or whatever. But if you're not going to be making thirst traps, or if you don't want to make thirst traps, then yeah, I think it's a good thing. Because honestly, it looks kind of silly. It really does look silly. I think if somebody's like has like a normal sized ass, not like who has like a normal sized ass on their model, you know, like a pretty average person's ass, and no matter what they do, their ass is just jiggling around like it's a pair of titties. I think that looks really crazy and weird. Like it's one thing if you're like a really big or like plus size VTuber model, it kind of makes sense. It would look weird if it didn't jiggle. But like, come on. Come on. These, on the other hand, these whiskers, they're gonna be all over the place. They're gonna be jiggling. All right. So we got our multi-res modifier on, and we're gonna use it to sculpt some wrinkles onto the face, maybe some crow's feet onto his eyes, maybe some indents into the tops of his mouth, some crevices along his nose. Don't know if I'd call this normal size. Well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Probably not the best way to phrase that, but not plus sized. How about that? All right. Just kind of visualizing right now what needs to be done. Like I said, I'm not trying to match Kaido perfectly. It's kind of like Kaido inspired. Hence why he's got different horns, and I'm kind of going off of these two. Let's take a look at their faces. A lot of commonalities here. Kind of wrinkly faces. Very pronounced nostrils and noses. I think on the belly, I might even... I don't know if I want to sculpt that or not, because that's going to be a lot, man. That is going to be a lot. I'm honestly not so sure that he's even long enough, you know? I was just thinking the other day, like, if I was to, like, roll this guy around, like, kind of like, you know how Shenron is kind of, you know, coiled around himself? I don't think this guy could really coil around himself very much at all. I might make him longer. I don't know if I can just... I got an idea. All right. If I were to take this and just pull it back. And then from there, just fill in that. That kind of works. Now that seems like it's long enough to be like coiled around. But at the same time, maybe I might have gone a little too far. Like maybe... Maybe just a little bit here. I love we're at this stage where I can just like literally stretch him apart and like stretchy boy. Stretchy boy. Stretch. Yeah, I think that was it too. Like the tail was just not it. That being said, though, I am gonna have to do something about this hair. I think just stretching it out actually works just fine, really. So that's what we're gonna do. There we go. Now our boy's all grown up. I feel better about this. Anyways, back to it. Back to the sculpting. Did I subdivide this already? I did not. Well, let's see. I got to plan out exactly what kind of details I need to sculpt on and what kind of details are going to be added in Substance Painter. I think that the scales, because of how uniform they are, it might actually be better for me to not try to sculpt these on. Because even though I could do something like this, did I even import my, yeah, I did. Even if I did, well, I should probably subdivide it. Subdivide. Okay, that might have been one too many times. Okay, it was good. That was a lot of times. I probably shouldn't have subdivided it that much, but it's whatever. If I were to like use a brush like this and just kind of go along this way, I should probably do this in solid mode. It's like I could, but it wouldn't be quite as perfect. You know, I'd have to, this would take a long time to go all the way down this boy. So I don't know if I want to do it that way. Let's see. What about one of these other brushes? Nope, not really. Yep, I think the rest is just going to be done in Substance Painter. Just realized too, that's not even the right version. If we're going to change its dimensions, we need to do it on this one right here. There we are. I forgot that I applied a subdivision surface to the high poly version because I was getting ready to sculpt it and add the multi-res modifier to it. Yeah, there we go. He is a lung boy. He's very long lung. You know why they call them lung dragons? Because their lungs are very long and they go all the way down this way. All the way down to here. Just kidding, I actually have no idea why they call them lung dragons. No clue. That is a bit of lore that has eluded me. Okay, now that we are a little bit more settled on this total length, which I think is good length, got some good girth. I'll make a copy of it. And this is going to be the high poly version right here. Body HP. And hide that. And on this high poly version, we're going to apply the mirror modifier. Actually, no, we're not. We are going to apply the subdivision surface. When he's not yet the Seneschal, I don't think he could. Because even when he's not the Seneschal, he still, like, fought a dragon. He's built different. He is built entirely different. He fought Grigori and won. Alright. Actually, even if I'm going to use the multi-res modifier, I do need to apply the mirror modifier. Alright, we'll subdivide. Let me double check to see if I have the right material for this. Yeah, I do. The tricky part really is going to be making sure that the UV unwrap. Actually, now that I see it, hey Bull, how's it going? Let's get rid of that again. We're going to have to do this UV unwrap one more time. Because it's so long. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's trying to make the body uniform. But what would happen right here, I think it's like right here, where we added that extra geometry, there'd be a seam there. So we are going to have to make sure that all of our seams are roughly in the same spot. All right, let's just do this again. And that all of our body parts are going in the same direction. Since we are going to be using a material for this. Get any of the assassins? No, I don't think so. They're just on a different scale. They're too, it's not their fault, they're just, their world is not on the same power scale as, Dragon's Dogma. The Arisen himself can be an assassin. All right, so we're just gonna start pinning these down. And we have to make sure they're all going in the right direction. So we got, oh, there's my wife. All right. I fixed the heater today. It was busted. And now my mother-in-law, my mother-in-law was talking with my wife on the phone. And when my wife was like, oh man, I'm just so sleepy, I'm so tired. And my mother-in-law immediately was like, there might be a gas leak. I'm like, oh, for the love of Christ. Come on. Like, I've done this so many times. Like, I used to be an AC technician. Like, I know what I'm doing. Jesus. So, like, no, there's not a gas leak. I promise you. Do I have the UV packer? No, where's UV packer? Oh, here it is. There we go. Ooh, I guess I gotta figure out now. Hang on, before I do the UV packing. The arms, I think I want, because the scales are gonna go down the arms. I think initially I want them to go down like vertically, so they are gonna need to be like this. Because the scales are gonna be going this way along the board, so if I want them to go vertically down the arms, oh, then they actually need to be this way. Yeah, that's correct. This way. Gotta plan ahead in order to use these procedural materials. Okay. I think that should do it. Well, the hands. Well, gotta do the hands. These are not entirely unwrapped, actually. Ah, okay. You're gonna need one more seam right there. On where the wrist meets the thumb. There. Who do you think I should get? Ooh, who should be your beloved? Man, it can be basically anyone. God, what was his name? Hang on. Fornival, I think was his name. You should make Fornival your beloved. Yeah, Fornival. That's what I think. My professional Dragon's Dogma opinion. Was aiming for Fornival's daughter. Well, you need to aim a little bit higher, my friend. Fornival is the real goat. Okay, he may look a little rough around the edges, but behind that diabetes man mustache lies a heart of gold and so much love to give. Best the Jester. Oh yeah, that's another one. Yeah, the Jester would also be a very good beloved. I don't think how I can unwrap this without messing up this whole thing. Hey, Red Mage, what's going on, buddy? What you doing? What you doing, buddy? Buddy, old pal, old friend of mine. la, 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 la. Throwing in the fingers. What do you think of the Dragonstone with 2 trailer? I don't know what to think just yet. It's a little new, you know? There's still not a lot that we know about it just yet. So I'm a little hesitant to get too excited. I think it's kind of neat that we get another race. Like, you know, we got, for some reason, some Khajiit looking dudes. Wasn't expecting that. Definitely was not expecting that. But it's a welcome change. I'm up for it. Totally down. What is this? Oh, it's the whisker. These are the horns. But I'm totally down for it. I really think it's gonna be a super cool thing. Oh, poor Flippy, he's dead. The dragon's voice looks toned down. Well, it's a different dragon, so he has a different voice. You blew up the last time? Yeah, the initial hype is kind of worn off, and now the reality is setting in that, you know, I got to temper my expectations. Got to temper my expectations. You set them too high, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. It's the truth. You gotta be careful. You gotta be cautious. The last time my fucking hopes were this high was when the Star Wars sequels came out, man. I don't know if I can go through that kind of pain again. There's our teeth. The Star Wars Rey era is a mockery. I wouldn't know if I'd even call it the Rey era so much as I would call it the Rian Johnson / J.J. Abrams era. It was not Rey's fault, you know. I don't think I really have a problem with Rey so much as I just have a problem with the story as a whole. I think Rey could have been really cool. But you know, if they took their time, yes, exactly. If they would have taken their time, you know, sat down for like at least one writers meeting, you know, one meeting probably would have solved a lot of problems. The Kathleen Kennedy, well, I wouldn't even say it's her either. I mean, she barely gives a shit about what's going on. You know, she's not exactly, she may be like an executive producer, but that doesn't mean that she was like the one calling a lot of the shots, all right? Like, I honestly don't think it was a her issue. Because really, here's the thing. Whenever The Force Awakens came out, as bland as it was, it did open up a lot of possibilities for like a really cool story moving forward. It was so bland. It was like a movie that anything could have happened in the movies that came after that. Anything could have happened. We had so many things set up. The fact that, you know, Finn could have been a brand new Jedi. Well, I guess that kind of, yeah, that we saw where that went. I think he should have been the main. I think it should have been his story. We should have had They should have had him be the main character. He would have been really cool. With Rey not being a Jedi, but being maybe a Mandalorian. Honestly, I think she would have done really well as a Mandalorian character. But that's just my opinion. But no, like Finn. I think like when the Force Awakens came out, everything was great. I think everything was fine. Maybe not great, but everything was fine. You know, we had a lot of cool things set up. We had some new villains. We had Snoke, who I thought, ooh, this guy's mysterious. There's a lot of crazy shit going on with this guy. Look at him, he's wild. Look at this dude. He's serving cunt like crazy. He's like Palpatine, but with like cunt. You know what I'm talking about? And then Rian Johnson comes along, that fucking hack, and tears up everything. Like he says, I'm going to take everything that was set up in the first movie and I'm going to completely and utterly turn it on its head. Make it so that I subvert every possible expectation so that nobody could ever possibly guess any of the plot points that I could potentially write into these movies. And the problem with that is that that works when you're writing a mystery story. Because Rian Johnson can write a really good mystery movie. Glass Onion is a perfect example. He's a really good mystery genre writer and director. But he cannot do blockbusters because you cannot write a blockbuster action film like it's a goddamn mystery, because it's okay if people can guess where the plot is going in an action story, whether it's a book or a movie. It's okay to follow tropes. In fact, I would encourage you to follow tropes. If people can guess what's going to happen, that doesn't mean that they're gonna hate it when it does happen in the story. In fact, they're gonna love it when it happens in the story. When they're like, yeah, see, called it, yeah. Or maybe sometimes, you ever think about this, if you're out there writing a story and you're wondering to yourself, this is gonna be so cool, but I don't wanna write it because I feel like it's too predictable. Well, here's the thing. Imagine that you're sitting in a theater and you're hyped to see this movie. It could be any movie that you can imagine right now. You're sitting at it and you see a little bit of foreshadowing, or maybe you can almost guess that, hey, he's probably gonna do this really cool thing later on in the movie. Oh man, I guessed it. I guessed that he's gonna do this really cool thing in the movie, and it seems kind of obvious that he is. But then you're sitting there in anticipation thinking, oh, I can't wait for him to do this thing that I totally guessed was gonna happen. And then it happens, and then you're like, you're doing the pog thing, pogging and pointing at the screen like, oh God, he did the thing that I guessed. That's a good feeling. People like feeling like that, I feel good whenever that shit happens. It's like, if I guess a plot point or guess something that's going to happen and then it happens, I feel good about that. That doesn't make it bad. It makes it better. It makes the movie objectively better. With the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer, yes, like you can call, and lots of us guessed what was going to happen in Kong vs. Godzilla. A lot of us guessed what was going to happen. But then when it happened, did it make it worse? Was anyone complaining when the thing that we all thought was going to happen happened? No, of course not, because it's an action blockbuster. Like, it's not a goddamn mystery story. So when Rian Johnson came in and said, I'm gonna write this movie the only way I know how, by subverting every possible expectation so that nobody can possibly guess what's gonna happen next, then anytime something badass that you think is gonna happen, anytime you guess that something badass is gonna happen in the story, and then it doesn't happen, you don't feel good. You don't feel like, ooh, that was a good trick. No, you feel like, well, blue-balled. You feel completely blue-balled. Like I thought for a second, towards the end of the movie, that they were setting up for a scene where Luke was gonna go like full-on one-man army against the First Order. Like he was gonna go out in fucking style and just take on like a whole bunch of AT-ATs by himself and then ultimately fall to Kylo Ren. I was predicting that was gonna happen. And it didn't happen. And anyone who's might be thinking, well, it did happen. It just didn't happen the way you thought it would. Well, exactly, that's the fucking point. That's the problem, bucko. That's the issue. He did this weird like phase force ghost thing where he like projects, or force projection thing where he projects himself over there and doesn't die. And I was like, or doesn't get stabbed, doesn't kill anything, just kind of sits there as a glorified distraction. And that I would have been okay with that on one condition, that he didn't end up dying in the end anyway, because the fact that he dies in the end anyway defeats the entire purpose of the trick, of the deception. It completely destroys the purpose. He should have just been there. Actually been there, whip out his lightsaber and just go to town, man. That's what we've been waiting for decades. We didn't get that until Mandalorian Season 2. And I was sitting there watching, I didn't watch the Mandalorian Season 2 until just last night, but I'm sitting there watching it with my wife, and I see that bit in the movie. Spoilers, by the way, for a season that came out 3 years ago, I guess. If you haven't seen it by now, that's your own damn fault. It's only the most popular show on Disney Plus. But like, whenever we finally get to see Luke kind of like throw down, I was like, why couldn't they just do this? Was this so hard? Was this so much to ask for? And then anything that came after that was, was going to be spoiled. So whenever Rian Johnson came in and just completely destroyed the second movie in the trilogy, there was no hope that the third one was going to be any good. Like there was nothing that could be done. It was completely beyond repair. Because everything that was set up in the first movie was completely destroyed. There was nowhere to go. Snoke was dead, so we didn't know, any mystery that he had was just fucking gone. And he was killed in this dumbest possible way. It was over, it was just completely over. But that's what happens whenever you have just too many completely different creative minds working on the same project. I do think that maybe J.J. Abrams could have done this by himself. I think he was perfectly capable of doing it by himself if given the chance, but for whatever reason, I don't even remember why, they decided to flip it around and give it to somebody else. But that's what we get. That's what happens. And now here we are with the terrible trilogy that honestly not even Disney wants to touch. Like, honestly, we've had 5 shows come out in the last few years since the sequel trilogy came out, and they have not based a single one in that era of Star Wars. Not a single one. We've had Mandalorian, we had 3 seasons of The Mandalorian, the 4th one coming up. We got Ahsoka, Book of Boba Fett, all of which taking place directly after the trilogy. And then you have Andor, Obi-Wan, Bad Batch, Rebels, all of which taking place in during the original trilogy, but yet nothing, and I mean nothing, is even touching the new trilogy. Not even close. So, and there's a reason for that. It's because the whole world's fucked. The whole time period is completely toxic and impossible to write around because it's all busted. It's completely busted right now. And now we're doing tremendous amounts of backtracking because in every single show that takes place between the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy is kind of playing catch up, they're trying to make this very grand, massive story that explains how the Empire may have risen again as the First Order. And I can kind of see the seeds of that being planted as the Empire starts off as in shambles, and then you kind of see it slowly start to regain its power, bit by bit through incompetence in the New Republic and, their lingering leaders. But at the end, it's even though this is a kind of a neat story and all, we just know where it's going to end up. We know that no matter how cool the story of the rise of the First Order could have been, it doesn't really matter because it's going to lead to whatever bullshit we ended up with in the sequel series. It's kind of sad, and I'm going to continue watching any Star Wars content that comes out that takes place during this Mandalorian era stuff, because so far I love it. It's really good. I loved Ahsoka, I've loved the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian. I haven't watched the 3rd one yet, working on that. About to watch Boba Fett, which so far is pretty good. I've heard people hate on it, but so far I have no problems with it. I think it's pretty dope. Ahsoka, I don't know if I already said that, but Ahsoka was kick-ass. Watched that whole thing in a day. That was beautiful. That's the sequel trilogy we should have gotten, honestly. That was good. What else? What else is coming out? I don't know. Anyways, I don't want to ramble about Star Wars for too long. It makes me mad. Makes me mad, makes me sound like a dweeb. Not the good kind of dweeb. Alright, I think we are sufficiently UV unwrapped. What else can I rant about? Give me something else to rant about. Lore-wise. That I know about anyway. Oh yeah, can Darth Vader... I mean, this is like an old comment. I don't even know if you're still here, but like, can Darth Vader beat Grigori? Yeah. Yeah, I would say yes. Especially if it's like comic book Darth Vader, because the comic books make the Jedi just absurdly strong. I know that most of them are not canon. In fact, I'd say pretty much all of them are not canon, but if they are, yeah, Darth Vader can, Jedi are like gods in the comics. They're stupidly strong. Just absurd in their level of power. Can Darth Vader beat Lord? Oh, absolutely, dude. I can't even beat Grigori, okay? I'm not much of a fighter, all right? I can create life, kind of. I can shapeshift, but I don't have very much power. I'm not exactly a GigaChat powerhouse like Darth Vader or like Kaido. Kaido destroys entire mountain ranges with his breath, you know? I can cook a steak with my breath. I'm a scholar, okay? I'm a scholar. But even like movie Darth Vader would cut my head off, okay? Like he would just cut my head off very quickly. I think this many levels of subdivision should be more than enough. All right. Did you see my post about the Lord Dragon plush? I did, and I think it's super cute. I don't think I'm ever going to get one, but it is cute. I feel honored, honestly, that they would use my likeness. My likeness. It's not D&D. It's my likeness. Even though they didn't pay me for it. I will forgive them this time. Whoops. Better not forget to turn on symmetry. I would have been very upset if I had to do that all over again. Always remember to sculpt with symmetry. Emo Anakin. No, I think Anakin was right, dude. No, not really. I think I'm just joking, but like, Nessie is like super Anakin pilled right now. Like Giga Anakin pilled. He can do no wrong in her eyes. He's like, she's like, you know what? Those fucking kids probably had it coming. They probably drew on him first. I'm like, like, okay, Nessie, sure. Sure, Nessie. She's always asking me to do the Anakin behind the back lightsaber twirl thing. She's just a huge fan. She's been making Star Wars edits on TikTok for the last few days. Or like the last few weeks, honestly. They're actually pretty good too. Like she does a good job. She likes, when she gets obsessed with something, she starts making edits about it. She's like a Tumblr fangirl. But mostly for like Hayden Christensen. She really likes Hayden Christensen. She also really, really likes Ahsoka. Which who doesn't, you know? She's like the best thing to come out of Star Wars in decades. Oi, Ponce. Welcome in. Need to watch that, so you should, yes. Clone Wars is pretty good. You could skip the first season, though. First season, I don't think they knew what they were doing. Like, I don't think they understood what they really had going on. But everything after that is pretty fucking good. Is this small for me? Yes. I haven't decided yet if I want to keep it or if I want to put it up for sale as an adoptable, but it's probably going to be for me. Or maybe I'll put it up as an adoptable, and if nobody buys it I'm not gonna like lower the price. So like if nobody buys it, I'm just gonna keep it. Make skits with it or something. But it's not gonna be a lore dragon. This is gonna be a new character. Completely new character. Don't know if there's really a lot more surface details I need to do. Or the Wish Dragon. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's the Wish Dragon. You know what? Not even gonna lie, that would be actually a really cool name for him. Just Wish Dragon. We'll name him Wish. Maybe. Or Luck Dragon and name him Lucky. Wouldn't that be something? But in order to like give luck to people, he has to like be unlucky. So anytime that he's trying to like help somebody, he ends up like fucking himself over. I don't know. I'll think of something. Think of something funny. I think that's pretty much it for the surface details. Wait a minute, did I accidentally... I should have done that on the last subdivision. Oh well. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. I can't remember how to make it so that the brush doesn't change sizes whenever you zoom out. Hold up, I gotta look that up again. Because I don't want the brush to change sizes as I'm zooming out. Blender, brush, changes size when zooming out. I know that's the default, but I can't remember how to turn it off. Radius unit scene. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so you go to brush, radius unit, switch that from view to scene. So now the size of the brush does not change even when you zoom out, which is what we want. Because otherwise, whenever you like go around the model here, it won't, it would change sizes slightly, and we want it to stay a pretty consistent size.
Fly Beach.
Lord the Wish Dragon. It'll be a different character for the skits. Kind of like we had Junior in the past. Except now this will be an actual, like, completely different character. Good shit. Welcome back, more Wander. Damn it. Sorry, whoever was first. Looks like Tom Munger claimed first after you, so therefore they have taken their title from you. That's how it works. It's a cruel world, cruel and unfair. He's the Joker. Nah, I can see what I was trying to do there, but I really don't think I want to do that anymore. Scripted fake gameplay. Fake gameplay? Oh no. How am I? I'm doing pretty good today, actually. Fixed my heater. Fixed my own heater because I'm a Giga Chad who knows how to do heating and air conditioning. Got like $900 off of our... That would have saved us about 900 bucks. Nessie loves it when I fix our shit. Loves it. Get you a man who can fix your shit. Unless you live in an apartment, otherwise don't even try, or else you could really hurt your lease. But we live in a house, so it's different. I have never played Roblox before. But Roblox animations get a lot of views, I'll tell you that. They definitely do. I need to hire people to change a light bulb. No. No, you guys need to have at least some self-reliance, please. No, you can't Uber Eats everything. You have to get your own food, guys, please. You're gonna go broke. This is for your own good. Nessie used to do Uber Eats for herself all the time, and she did not realize how much money she was spending on it. It is not worth it. If you're gonna spend that much money on food, you might as well get HelloFresh. Because at least then you get good food. You get good food and it's easy to cook, easy to prepare. Anybody can do it. This stream is brought to you by HelloFresh. Click the link in my bio to sign up for HelloFresh and use code LoreDragon says fuck you to earn an extra 15% off your first box. It's a nice pin. Give me this free card. Oh no. Oh no. It's over. It's too late for Toe Muncher, but maybe it's not too late for the rest of you. No, leave that alone. Thanks, Colin. I'm sure that they have nothing but nice things to say to you. Maybe this one would be better. No, that's not gonna work. You wouldn't want to buy a kidney. Not your kidneys. I know how much you drink. Your kidneys ain't worth anything. I don't want to do this. Do I even want to do this like this? I don't know if I do. Yeah, because that would take a long time. That would be some tedious work. I think I might just try to do some kind of procedural thing for that. Okay. What else can I do here? I need some inspiration. Give me some inspiration. Speak to me, Kaido's face. Speak to me. Tell me. What else should I do? Maybe some lines across the head there. Might just paint those on though. I don't know if there's really a reason to do that. Ooh, I know. Does this guy look like he needs a dislocating jaw? Look at his mouth. There's nothing in this world that he cannot fit. Look at this. There's 105 or 104 teeth in this motherfucker's mouth. He don't need no dislocating jaw. He barely needs a jaw. Do all the sex jokes you want, but at the end of the day, dude, this guy don't need no dislocating jaw. But nothing. Jaw would fall right off his face. All right, I'm gonna open up Substance Painter. I wanna see if I can just do the vast majority of this dude's texture paint in Substance Painter. I might not need to sculpt him very much at all if I'm not gonna do the scales or even the belly platings. I thought maybe I might do the belly plating, but I don't even know if I'll do that. All right, let's just let's export this as the high poly. Long high poly. And then export the low poly with the hair, the teeth. Right there, the teeth. Yeah, they're done. Oh no, the eyebrows didn't get UV unwrapped yet. Hang on. Those got to be UV unwrapped too. Oh, they did, but they're just over there. Moving right there. All right, what else? Need that. The hair. The eyes, I guess, just to have them there. I think that's everything. All right, tally ho, get out of here. Damn it. All right, Substance Painter, here we go. Where is it? There. Nope. So we're going to select the low poly version. Do we want to go 4K? Do I need to go 4K? Fuck it, yes. All right, there's our low poly. And we're gonna go to texture settings over here, and we're gonna go to make mesh maps. For the normal map, go ahead and just take off the eye. We do not need those right now. For the body, there it is. All right. Oh yeah, I forgot. One more thing we have to do. We got to make a cage. Gotta have a cage. At this point, I might as well throw these in here. Otherwise, they're not gonna bake on properly anyway. Yeah. All right, now we're gonna make a cage. We're gonna duplicate the mesh, call it cage. Then we're going to take it into edit mode. And and we're gonna go Alt S. And what that does is it just kind of inflates it in the direction of the normals. We want it to completely cover the high poly mesh. So we don't want to see any of the high poly stuff in here, which, since we're not doing a ton of stuff, we might not even really need a cage. Like, we're just baking a little bit of textures or a bit of normals from onto the face, but better to be safe than sorry. And we're going to export the cage also as an FBX. He looks kind of funny. Looks like he got stung by a bee. Now let's try that again. All right, that should do it. Back to Substance Painter. Gonna have to reload that mesh. There. Bake mesh maps. We're gonna click yes, use cage. We're gonna grab the cage file. The high poly mesh, we're gonna grab that. Throw that in there, and it will show us which parts of it are going to get baked onto the low poly mesh here. And if we want to take a look around and make sure that there are no red spots, those are spots that are lying outside of the cage. And you know, sometimes we don't even have to use a cage. You can rely on the one that comes with the Substance Painter kind of generates on its own. But I don't usually, because it's really big. I guess you could bring it down yourself, but you don't have a ton of control. It's just kind of like a scaling, just kind of like scaling up and down until you don't see any red. But for the amount of precision that we need, this is going to be enough. We don't need a ton because we're, again, not baking a ton of details. I think this will do us just nicely. And I'm not going to use ambient occlusion. I never use it. Might as well though. All right, here it comes. Trippy. Actually, what happened pretty fast. Usually it takes a lot longer for these to bake on 4K. Yeah, I knew it was the teeth should not have ambient occlusion. They just look at that, it just fucks them right up. Yep, that's what I thought was gonna happen. Goodbye. Whoa. Oh, it's the normal map. Well, these baked nicely, but why did it do that? Oh. The teeth are not a part of the model yet. That would explain it. Back to Blender. This is the technical stuff. There we go. Now the teeth are a part of the model and they'll bake on a little bit better. Top of that, we also need a set of these. Where do they go? There. On the high poly. Nice. All right, and of course we have to re-export pretty much everything. And remake that cage if we want to. Back to Substance Painter. All right, re-importing that mesh. We're going to bake those mesh maps again. Okay, now we actually have teeth. So let's just click bake and see what happens. All right, nice. Pretty sure that's the ambient occlusion that's making them dark. Yes. Is it the normal map that's doing that? Yes, it is. All right, we're gonna try doing that with a cage. Let me just make another quick cage. Oh, that also explains it. It's, the teeth. Yeesh. Okay, so the teeth, it's not, the whole mesh is not completely, manifold. That means that, it's not airtight. Essentially, like if this was a bag, it would not be airtight. So we need to fix that. Well, I guess the model doesn't have to be, but the cage does. Cage has to be manifold. And it's the teeth that are not manifold right now. Trying to think of the best way to do this. I don't think they can become manifold. All right, I have another idea. I'm just gonna edit the normal map because I can. So we're gonna just do some corrective normal mapping here. I'm gonna make a fill layer. I'm gonna delete all the channels except for normal. Change the brush here, or change this from base color to normal. And we're gonna go to this view, because this is where all of our teeth are. Oh, that could be another thing. There's something on it in the UV, something overlapping here. Ah, eyebrows. There it is. That's what it is. I knew something was fucked up. I was like, I know they're not manifold, but Jesus. Okay, so now we're gonna have to do this again. And then we'll get to paint, I swear. There we go. See, now we've re-imported the mesh. The eyebrows are no longer stuck on here. We can go back to making the mesh maps. I don't think I need to redo the high poly mesh at all. I'm actually certain that I don't, so we're just gonna do that. Okay, that did something. If anything, I guess it just made our eyebrows better. Kind of. Oh no. Jesus. All right, new plan. New plan. How about we don't sculpt details at all for today? How about that? I'm pretty fond of that idea. I think that's pretty pog idea. Neat. Fuck it. Let's start with the most important part, and that's our base color. Like I said, I was thinking of some kind of gold color. And then for the eyes, I already baked the textures for the eyes, so we can just import those. Simple. And then for the hair, I think I'll make the hair red. like a bright, very, almost McDonald's red. We'll see. Nothing's final yet. Working completely off of a reference here, like no reference, so like completely without a reference. Just designing off the cuff. Not advisable. But you know, you do what you can. All right, I just downloaded a new texture, or a new material. Let's see how good it works. I want it to go this way. I think I want the scales to be pretty dang big too, so like about that big. Dang, these look great. Okay. These look so good. Of course we gotta change our colors. If I just turn the colors off, what happens? That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. But I think I want to try to use this. Hey, Mew, thank you.
And thank you for the raid with your 3 viewers.
Yeah,
we
appreciate
appreciate
that.
your support and hope you all enjoy your time here. If there's anything I can assist you with, or if you have any questions, feel free to let us know. Let the raiding fun continue.
Yeah. Thanks for the raid. I really appreciate that. How you been? For those of you guys, those raiding in, and for you that don't know me, I'm the Lore Dragon. I'm a 3D modeler, 3D artist. Today we are working on a Kaido-inspired lung dragon model. Gonna have his own colors, his own design, but be like Kaido adjacent. Ooh, I'm liking what's going on here. Ooh. This material kicks ass. Ooh, can I give him a rainbow gradient? What's that? Reminds me of Falcor. That's kind of what I'm going for. You know, very similar look. Can make them more metallic too. How nice. Ooh. Hey Kimberly, how's it going? Ooh, yeah guys, this is coming out pretty neat. Okay. I think that luminosity might have got turned up a little too high. That's cursed. Okay. Now that we have that in here, got a pretty good scale texture going on. It's not perfectly seamless, but honestly, I don't think you'd ever be able to tell. Except like right here. Sheesh. Not really a way around that, is there? I think if I did like a triplanar projection, it's not going to look as good. Looks better on the arms. I don't know. Weesh. Halloween, that sounds awesome, an online Halloween party. It's like every day's Halloween for me. I'm a VTuber. I think I might leave it on the triplanar projection. Just because it looks better on the seams. Yeah, I think we'll leave it there for now. And then we slap on a black mask, because what we want to do is take that texture and just paint it where we want it to show up, and where we don't want it to show up will just remain black on the mask. Yeah, you'll need a magnifying glass to tell that you're missing scales. Tell you what. I tell you what. I'm gonna turn on UV for our alignment here, because that's gonna do is it's gonna make it so whenever I paint onto these fingers, it doesn't paint onto the fingernails, because those are not a part of the UV. God, this feels almost unfair, dude. Like, any other kind of artist would have to fucking draw this shit themselves. I feel like I'm cheating. You just get these fucking magnificent, beautiful scales, and you just have to do this. .3D art's wild, man. Any other artists have to draw this shit by hand. Since I'm just going to do the top and the bottom of the arms with scales, I'm going to just paint the whole UV that way. These are so satisfying. I guess if I ever need like super uniform scales for anything, this is definitely the texture to go with. Or this is definitely the material to go with. I used to use the Dessa scales, but these are magnificent. And it's just a part of the Adobe store. Like if you have Adobe Substance Painter, you can just download these. They don't come with the library already installed, or installed in the library, so you have to go to the website to get it. But you should. They're awesome. Community store for the win. Ow, Flippy. Alright, this playlist is starting to put me to sleep, dog. What happened to synthwave, dude? On fucking Epidemic Sound, this is too much. Like, come on, give me something. I know we listen to this playlist a lot, but god damn it, it's a good one. Oh, you know what? This is a good one too. Let's go to this one. That's more like it. Actually, I wonder... This might help me do it faster. Oh. Messed that up. Peace out. And that'll soften up that edge a little bit. Looking pretty good. What's happening here? I think we have another UV issue. There we are. There we go. Now the tricky part begins. We have to make it, because I don't want to put just a bunch of scales on his face. Like I don't want to just like throw these on here like this. Maybe in some spots, but not all over his face. So we need to make the base color that he's going to be kind of match with the rest of his body. And I think by first making it a little more metallic, that goes a long way. But I think the color itself needs to kind of match this a little bit more. Yeah, it goes a long way. Let's give his horns some color. I downloaded just a ton of horn textures, smart materials, and really it just gonna come down to picking which one kind of fits the best. This might look cursed for like a second. All right. Dang, I really thought I was going to get more done today, but time's coming up. That UV unwrap took a little bit more time than I anticipated. But alright, fellas, I gotta head out. Got some stuff I gotta get done. But I will see if I can at least get these horns done real quick, and we'll have a little bit of a snapshot of what he's gonna look like. This is gonna be our boy, Lucky. Uncle Lucky. You know, I can add some teeth real quick, teeth textures. Well, actually, I don't even have to. This is probably not going to take much at all. Just like I don't think I'm going to go crazy on the teeth. Just off-white. Slightly off-white. Nice and shiny, probably. This is our boy, Lucky the Lung. We got much more to do from this, by the way, fellas. We are not anywhere near done. But it is a start. It is definitely a start. I wanted to get more done today, like I said, fellas, but I just can't. If I didn't have to fix my heater today, I probably would have gotten a lot more done. But that's okay. Maybe next week we'll have a little more time and we'll be able to jump back on getting this guy ready to go, ready for animations. But he looks pretty good. I'm having a good feeling about this one. I just need to kind of think a little bit on how I want to do the chest. I'm sure I'll figure that out before long. But anyways, fellas, I'm gonna send y'all on a quick raid and then I will see y'all again sometime next week. Bum, bum, bum. Actually, I don't have time to look for a raid, but I will see y'all again sometime next week. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Or you know what? Here, I know I can send y'all to. I want to try to find a new Blender buddy. Don't know who this person is, but it looks like they're streaming Blender. Oh, wait, hang on, no, they're on their BRB screen. Yeah, they're on their BRB screen. I don't think I'll give that a second. Or they'll get them next time, I'm sure. There's me. Oh, this person looks like they're doing something crazy. I'm gonna send you to them. All right, show them as much love and support as you've shown me today, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.